last time Alicia arrived in a stolen car, the situation was taken care of. And Emery had a conversation with the spy master, giving her 2 invitations.
Feels like such an understatement, honestly. Sorry.
Just a brief recap. You feel free to elaborate with any notes that you yourself might have. The herald showed up with someone who was apparently the prince's personal ghoul. You never got the name, I think. Emir left in the stolen car, and a very defeated herald had his sire show up, Victor, and give everyone a good scolding, and took your blood in a special book. Isa threw out the remaining Tremere and the Princess Ghoul and told you about a missing special person that she would like you to locate. You went to William's wife's house, or their house, and figured out that everything was not okay at Gretchen's house. Some few things were wrong. I mean, the dishes, the smells, the hoarding, and of course the eating of her husband.
Minor detail.
You, as you put it, murked her, sent her to torpor, and threw her in the basement with her dead husband as the police were about to arrive. Jumped into the sewer yet again. Leo took off his shoes, as far as I remember. There might be a chance to save them, or maybe it's just for burning.
So much burning.
And here you are, in the sewer. Again, walking towards...
For not even the first time tonight. Like, it's what, our third time?
This is our life now.
Yeah, this is our life now.
You know, it's sad when not even the Nosferatu wants to be in the sewer.
Right? Like, when the Nosferatu of the group has had enough of the sewer, you know that you've been in the sewer too many times in one night. Our poor Toreador is going to need therapy.
As you're walking...
We've got a Malkavian.
Above you, you hear a lot of... or not a lot, but very often a helicopter and sirens passing you guys over once in a while. But the closer you get to the Rebellious Fist, the less it becomes. And at some point, Oliver, he simply says, very dry as usual, I have to go do something, and jumps out of the manhole.
Should we call you back? There he goes.
I mean, I don't even ask. You know, Oliver's got important things to do. I'd prefer not to know what those important things are.
I would prefer to. Thank you very much, especially after what we just seen. Mysteries. Where are we?
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I think so. He'll be okay.
I hope so.
I believe in it.
In the words of my sire, make choices.
Are we coming to the end of this particular section of the... I'm not even going to call it the underground, because there is an underground. There's a lot cleaner and smells better. You know, as Luke is making his way through the filth and darkness and abhorred stench of London's sewer system, a thought occurs to him. A question even of why we won't just like take the subway, as they call it in America, you know, like the tube, as I believe it's referred to in London, you know, the underground. So, you know, native Londoners can help me with that, but yeah. So but that's just a thought that occurs. He doesn't even bother asking. He's just wondering why this mode of transportation. So he's sure there's a good reason. There must be. Nobody would want to do this voluntarily when there's better alternatives.
As you're walking down there, you start to see, well, I think Emery is the only one, perhaps Dave, that's seen something of that kind. It's Nosferatu graffiti pointing in directions, and to someone who doesn't know, it does not make sense. It could simply be a cross or a drawing of a rat or something. But Emery, you think, you're 90% sure that if they're like American Nos, you think you know where you're going and where the dangers are. Which leads you eventually out of a manhole next to the Rebellious Fist. You're in the back alley next to some dumpsters.
Can I just clarify there? Did you say American Nos?
Yeah.
Did I hear that right? So in other words, Nos symbols with things like Fahrenheit. You know,
or yards.
Yeah, exactly. Yards or Fahrenheit, you know.
Aerial system looks different here, you know.
Yeah. All right, let's see here.
So we have heard sirens on, even you said, an helicopter, and I have this inkling in the back of my mind that, like, even if we hit the grandma and the corpses, and we put the bookcase behind and all that, could I make a fast Google search in case they found anything, like it make it to the news, as in really, messy carnage in, I don't know, Dump Street, anyways. The place we were just in case they found out and it's, breaking into the news or anything.
Do you want to have just a guess or an inkling as to what's the chance of them finding her, or
basically yes,
escape route?
No, more they finding her, because that will be a huge problem.
Well, it wasn't that hard for you to see the scratch marks, and quite a few things not broke, but you fought in the hallway. So there definitely something happened, but you guys didn't leave any fingerprints, and Emery took care of the cameras. So you think you're pretty safe.
All right. So we'll go in, right?
Yeah. I mean, our bouncer is there at the door, I assume?
There's a back door right here.
Yeah. Okay. So he's not there.
He's not there at the moment.
Okay. I was going to give him a fist bump or something, Hey, man.
When you open the door, the first voice you hear is Dawn's. She's not even looking up from her phone. No, not the phone, sorry. A glass of beer, and she's just pointing at you guys and saying, "Phone's off." She is sitting next to Jamar at the bar, who's also drinking a beer. And Alicia is there, sitting next to a, mulatto gentleman in a silk shirt. And a woman you haven't seen before. She's very goth and very black hair, of course, tattoos all over her chest and arms. And she looks dangerous, but she is smiling.
She sure does. Yeah.
And seems quite charismatic, actually, compared to the two other ghouls. But yeah, that's the...
So are they all... I guess, is there a check I could make to see whether they're kindred or mortals or something in between? Or can I tell that somehow? I don't have heightened senses, so I'm not going to be able to watch the pulse from across the room.
I guess an insight roll with the wits.
Okay.
To get a... a kind of general scan to see if they're breathing.
I will do that. I will do that. Okay, that's 2 successes. It's not terrible.
And 6 from you, Emery? The same thing, or?
What am I rolling? Insight?
No, I was just wondering, or that was just a test roll, I guess, from before.
You just said the first roll to do, right?
Yeah,
I have 6.
Yeah,
Sorry.
if you wanted to look for these kind of things, it's fine. Well, look, it's not.
Yeah, I'm just making our ST work. That's all. Like I always do.
I mean, I can. I did my 1 roll. I didn't want to. That was my first roll of the night. Do you want me to do? What are we looking for?
I was just checking to see if I could see whether there were kindred or breathers or what.
Yeah, she would probably be interested in that. But you said the door guy's not there?
Oh, he's sitting on a bar stool next to the wardrobe girl.
He's not guarding the door. He's slacking on the job.
Oh, there are no models here, it seems. And
Okay.
Let's start with your 6, Emery. Well, everyone except this guy is breathing.
Okay.
So, Luke. And this is visible to everyone. The light starts to flash. Just blink around the room.
Oh no. Is this a special effect that Gabriel's installed?
EDM night and the
Yeah.
What is what is on your foremost of mind, Luke? What is the main objective right now that you personally are trying to achieve in this moment?
Okay. Well, Luke's intentions with the flashing lights, do they seem at all alarming in any way, or is this just a club effect?
Well, it seems like they're glitching out.
It seems like they're glitching out. Well, they didn't glitch out the last time I was here, so I'm going to assume it's not me. I mean, I always have to, that always enters his mind. He knows that technology tends to, he's like the guy on Jurassic Park that taps the monitor or touches something and it goes on the fritz. So anyways, he doesn't quite understand. He just knows it happens. So the last time lights flickered or things happened with regard to shadows was with Nemesis leading us off the train that took us into London. So that also occurs to him. But he doesn't see her around, I assume. And so he's going to go, his intention is to go and check on Alicia, make sure everything's okay with her, find out who her new friends are. He's going to sniff his clothes, give a sniff, try to understand how foul he smells at the moment. And yeah, give or take, and possibly he will glance in the direction of Leo just to see if he's already at work making a new set of hot pink clothing or something like that. And then he is going to look around for my memory's a little bad. Was it Gabriel or his associates that gave us the whole tip about Grandma and her husband?
That was Isa.
Yeah, so our liaison with Gabriel. Okay, and so he's gonna look to and see if he can find Isa around anywhere and report back that we have. Mission accomplished in big flashing lights. Like, hey, we're solid. The team and us got it done. So yeah. That's what he's going to do.
Alrighty. I guess you just move to Alicia. That was your first objective, correct? Let me see here.
Yes, that's correct.
And Leo, what is your current intention as you're walking into this bar?
To go into the bathroom and swap clothes.
Yeah.
Again.
You just move yourself to the bathroom, and Marie, what is your intention?
Basically, once I am joining, I will see that Luke is sprinting for Alicia. I'm giving that on my man on that part specifically, but most importantly, I will be looking for Ice. As far as I know, since I have to roll or whatever, do I know if ICE is like a public mask? Should I roll anything, as in, academics plus intelligence or etiquette plus intelligence or politics plus intelligence, in order to know see if ICE's name is that, or people would look at me weird because maybe she has a different mask at this time? Because I am planning on asking around, and I don't know if these people are goals or not all of them. I would like to be on the safe part.
Well, you need a computer to find out if Ice is a real name.
Okay. Then I think I'm just going to go with a description. Like, have you seen this kind of woman? And, give them a rough description of Ice and look for her.
Yeah. Emery, what is your intention?
I've got a USB that I need to get down to the basement to a computer that's in a room that only has a boxing ring, in it. So, but I need to drop off these electronics because I've got a bag full of contraband for this place. So I'm going to have to drop that off with someone because I've got more than just the phone to hand over.
As long as it's switched off, no one has an issue with it. And it doesn't seem like anyone is checking. They simply trust that people will do it. Okay, I guess. So your intention is to find a computer and make sure your electronics are turned off.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Dave? What's your intention here?
Flashing lights going around. Dave is going to walk and do his absolute best not to notice them, not to react to them in any way, shape, or form. Because until someone else does, he's just going to completely ignore anything that's going on. Then probably head to the bathroom and take Leo's example to try and clean some of this off.
Yes. Well, you all start to walk to your different objectives here. And you, Luke, I think you're the first to hear, or there's no music in here right now, so everyone can hear. But Wally is just very silkily smooth towards Alicia and trying to be very charming and succeeding. And when you come over, he turns to you and says, "Evening, friend. I don't believe we have met."
We haven't. Alicia works with me.
Oh, I see. Delightful woman.
She's a treasure. She really is.
I'm Wally. He stretches out his hand.
Luke Carraway. He's gonna shake the hand right back. He is not blushed, so his hand is nice and cold. Unless he needs to blush, he's not going to. He assumes that everybody in here is supposed to be in here. So there's not any need for that. He's not breathing at all. So cold, icy hand, shakes Wally's hand. So he's going to start to try to figure out what Wally's place is here, so to speak. And are you associates with Gabriel, or how is it that you found your way here?
Well, I owe him big time. That's the only reason I'm here.
Yeah. Well, then I mean, who doesn't owe somebody in this day and age, right?
Yeah. But a life boon is a life boon. So.
Right. And so if he says it like that, Luke is going to pick up on the terminology and go, okay, he's in the fold, as it were. probably good for life, as it were. So you owe that life boon to Gabriel himself, or is it with somebody else here, or?
Yeah, I wouldn't be here otherwise. It's probably the most dangerous on Earth place.
What did he do
for me.
for you?
Well, what do you do with a life boon? You save someone's life.
Oh, yeah. So he just happened by and,
Well,
plucked you out from the fire, as it were, right?
it was more a enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of situation, and it just kind of happened.
I see. So what is it do you do for him?
Border control. I tell people to piss off, and if they don't, they get shot.
Oh. Well, far be it for me to assume that Gabriel needed any more of that, but I'm sure that,
Oh, I'm
you
here
never have to.
I'm here to prevent the shooting. Don't mistake.
Okay. I was about to say, because it seems like his borders are already pretty well patrolled to me. So
I sit up high with my boy Jake and a one of the horsemen called Björn. They have sniper rifles, and I
see.
Go there without going there, if you catch my drift, and tell people to fuck off.
Yeah, you're on the roof. Got it. Yeah, no, I understand. I see how that works. Jerome's got the ground game. You've got the, you're playing Overwatch. I get it. So, he's gonna. It's great that you're pulling your weight around here, and then he's gonna look to the very gothic looking dark woman standing across. Is that a counter that she's standing
Yeah,
behind?
it's just a bar counter.
It's a bar, so she's bartending. Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
basically there's no mortals in here, so people just get a beer and we'll have
Now,
whatever
is
they like.
she breathing?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
She's pale as a corpse, but she is breathing.
Oh yeah. Now she blends right in. It is, I'm pale as a corpse too, but I don't do the whole respiration thing. So
she looks at everyone as they're walking by, and at you, Luke. I'm Teresa Miller, if you care about that thing.
Yeah. No, and you. I didn't see you in here before. Were you? You normally?
I managed the store next door, axes and spades, and she does the tongue.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And that's really awesome. Like I'm something of a. I can handle myself, with blades. I'm something of an aficionado myself, if you don't mind me saying. I'd like to see your wares, is what I'm saying.
Oh, definitely. She looks around.
Sure, you got some.
And anyone else want to come?
Yeah.
See the store?
Okay, thank you.
Well, she leads you through the office into the store next door. It's very bare, but what's special about it is the guitars and bass and, well, any kind of string instrument really is being held or displayed at suits of armors holding them.
Wow.
And
that's an aesthetic.
There are, they're not medieval, they're medieval looking furniture in here, just to kind of, stick with the theme. Right. But they contain all sorts of electronics and things you might need, and even record players and
so this is
thing.
This is Gabriel's storehouse of stuff.
Well, it's a shop. People can come.
It is a shop. Yeah. But there's all kinds of useful gadgets in here and everything. None of which I would probably be any good with. But apart from the blades, which he's going to analyze any of those just to kind of size up the wares and see if any of them are any good or whether they're just replicas or what that is. Because he has some knowledge of it. He knows his way around the sharp edge of a sword.
They go from expensive to very expensive. So it's good quality.
Yeah, very nice.
I would personally not be able to explain what makes a good guitar, but
Yeah. No. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm more of a piano player myself. I like the guitars. I play all the instruments. It just piano, the keys and everything. It just kind of works with me. Plus, I have extensive training. He just stops there. He doesn't go into his experience with extensive training about pianos. So yeah. Well, and he's just going to kind of meander about the store there and kind of look at the wares and everything. Nothing really special.
Yep. Well, Dave and Leo, you get washed up as much as you possibly can. Let me see.
As best we can after a sewer.
Yeah. Exactly. Don't worry. It's mostly on the shoes and the bottom of your pants, so you don't have to burn everything, or maybe you do. I'm not sure.
I know the underground's got cameras and everything else, but I'm sure there's got to be a better route than the sewer.
There really has to be. I can't afford to cut up this many pants in a week, let alone a single night.
Either that or protective clothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like a full wetsuit soon.
Hazmat.
Preferably.
Your exit the bathroom, and I will jump downstairs to Emery. You enter the big, boxing hall, and to your right you see he looks like a ranger. He has the hat, the long coat, very Western gunslinger kind of type. There's a large rifle on the table in front of him. He simply looks at you as you enter, unless, of course, you are trying to stay hidden. And on the couch next to him is a very large wolf, just looking at you. And at the opposite end of the room, you see Isa and Josh talking in front of the computer.
And the one that's on the couch, I've never met them yet, right?
Nope, haven't seen them.
I think she'd go down there. She'd go down and kind of look over, give a nod, and then walk towards what she sees as the wolf and whoever this guy is, because she hasn't met him yet.
Well, he nods to you, says, "Sup, I'm Jake."
She will kind of shrug her shoulders to her side, kind of looking down on Memory. I've only been here once before, but I don't remember meeting you here. It's nice to meet you.
No, I'm usually on border patrol, but Björn is taking care of it.
Who's taking care of it?
Björn, Bear, or some people call him Loki, or they do, really.
She'll just nod as she's taking it all in. Bear and Loki. And you said your name is Jake?
Yeah, Jake Park. And he looks at the wolf. This is Emma. She prefers this to, being human, really.
And so she's gonna try to remember if she's remembered someone mentioning the name Emma.
Yeah, it was.
And so she's the one who works at the zoo.
Oh, sleeps with the wolves more like.
So I kind of remember that a little bit correctly?
Yeah. She was mentioned. She sleeps at the zoo.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Do you ever go to the zoo, Jake?
Don't really have the time, unless I'm getting her out of her pen.
Oh, I see.
Emma is looking at you guys when you're talking, changing between you.
Do we have any contacts at the zoo other than Emma?
Don't think so. You would have to ask Gabriel or Josh, perhaps, but that's always a 50-50 with that one.
I was thinking maybe connecting with some people who might have access to a stage, and when I found out there was someone at the zoo, I thought maybe, they do like shows and stuff like that. Being down here in the city, might behoove me. Maybe I can just manage the stage there if there was a contact. Having the additional person on the inside might be helpful.
Couldn't hurt.
That's just my thought. Anyways, I'm only got a little bit of time here, or a little bit of. It's only been a few hours since I've been here, but a couple of years ago when I was here.
I heard. I'm sorry. I was one of the people who was supposed to pick you up, and well, to be honest, someone kidnapped someone special to just get me away. So I had to kind of choose, but I'm glad that you made it safe.
Were you able to get that person? Or whoever they were?
Don't mention her name, but we'll get them back at some point. But right now, Gabriel has an alliance. It's fucking Hugin and Marina of the Horsemen. Made sure that Nemesis was the first kindred that you would meet, but she's not Anarch.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, it's
Fuck, I just said
as you
her
can
name.
see.
He just, fuck, I just said her name. And then he goes quiet.
You can see that Emery's got her hands like kind of in her pockets, kind of like, well, I'm collecting all of this information, but if I continue looking innocent, maybe he won't catch on. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, so that's cool. And then she'll like squint her eyes over at the wolf, Emma. Maybe we'll meet again in the future. I don't know.
Ruff?
Yes. Yeah. Maybe have a little more back and back. I don't know, back and forth. I don't know if you like talking a lot, but you know, definitely. I'll just go over there and talk to them. Nice meeting you and you, Emma. And then she'll make her way to the other side of the room.
Yeah. Jump back upstairs. Just start with you, Leo. You come up from the bathroom. Is your intention also to go downstairs, or are there anyone here that you want to interact with?
At this point, just find somewhere comfortable to sit down, because he has had 2 outfits destroyed in one night, and he's had his own outfits that has then been disrespected and been spoiled by the underground sewers. So he's just done.
Well, there's only bar stools up here, and you know there are 2 very nice couches downstairs. Oh, I say nice, but better.
In that case, he'll just start heading in that direction to get away from everything.
Dave, same thing. You exit the bathroom.
I'm gonna head downstairs looking for Josh.
Yes. And then we have Luke and Marie. You walk around in the shop a bit.
I'm not sure if anyone answered when I was asking for Ice, but they didn't. I will do
someone would definitely have told you. She's downstairs.
Okay. Then I would like to kindly, fire word from this lady and Luke, and just go with Ice downstairs.
Yeah. Luke, after you're done exploring the music shop, what's your intention here?
He will thank I can't remember her name now. Teresa. Yeah, he will thank her and for showing him around the shop, and let her know that he might be interested in purloining one or more of these blades in the future. And then he'll notice that Marie has slinked off and kind of head downstairs where it does seem that everybody else is going. Before he does, he's going to head back to the bar and just kind of put his, just kind of touch Alicia's shoulder and say, no more stealing any cars, okay?
Oh, don't worry. I won't.
All right, okay. You stay out of trouble, all right? And then he's gonna and then he's gonna head downstairs to where everybody else is.
As you're walking away, she simply leans over, pulls you in for a bit, and whispers in your ear in kind of an excited voice, "I've never been in a room with this many ghouls before."
Right? They're everywhere here, aren't they?
Well, she is smiling. She says,
lots of room for growth and everything like that. And he's just gonna kind of nod like, "Oh my god," and then head downstairs. Yeah. Like you enjoy yourself, and I'm just gonna head downstairs.
When you come downstairs, you're greeted by Isa. She's looking a bit nervous. One of her feet are tapping, and the rest of you're greeted with the same sight. The cowboy on the left and the wolf, or the right, sorry, and Josh at the computer as usual.
Ooh. The wolf. He's like looking at it, he's like,
well,
I assume
the wolf is looking at you and looks like it's paying attention to what you're saying. But Isa is just, is everyone okay? What happened?
Before you start, it wasn't my fault. Things happened, but everything's fine.
Is there any chance to detect whether Isa is saying this with concern, with kind enraged or annoyed? Like
do it with insight.
Not sure I'm going to get to go.
Unfortunately not with one success, but it's one of those three.
Yeah. We discovered what you were asking for, but there turned out to be way more nuisance than we expected.
Complications. Yeah.
Okay, that's
So it's what we suspect then. We're not sure what got into her, but she was clearly not a human, and at least not behaved like one. She was living in a really uncomfortable and unsustainable living style for any human, and she clearly had way more strength and abilities that one should have. So it will go.
Yeah, she was definitely not. She was a monster, is I believe what Marie's trying to say. She was a freaking monster. She destroyed one of Leo's pants. I mean, this is unacceptable behavior and not something you normally see from your typical Londoner. So I mean, I'm just saying she was out of control.
I think I could not see how it all started, but it was really messy. Who was the one where Dave, weren't you with her before she snapped?
She had knives, she attacked us, she tore the place apart, she was eating and feasting on her husband. She destroyed her bookcase, scratched everything everywhere. It was self-defense.
I see she's pinching her nose and she's looking distraught by, the mention of William's death and, the way you're describing Gretchen. And
It was messy. It wasn't pretty. There's definitely an issue there. And she's
Jake appears out of thin air over here and slams a body bag down on one of the benches, and he says, well, she's not the only one. And Isa is she's shrieking and saying, oh, poor Gretchen. And Josh from the chair, he's mumbling as he's shaking his head, tiny man in base jacket.
What's that again, Josh?
What? Tiny man in a base jacket?
Base jacket. Okay.
He just shrugs and types on the keyboard again.
While Oz is a little bit distraught, I'm going to separate off and head over to Josh.
Leo's just gonna go sit on the couch.
Next to the big wolf or the other one?
The other one.
How did you know?
Well, know about there's more than one because I killed it. Tonight, Jake is saying, pointing at the body bag. It's another thin blood.
All right, I will mention it, but never mind. All right. Has this ever happened before? Is that normal?
No, thin bloods are not normal.
Is there any chance I could look for clues or any kind of info in this mangled corpse that I could use in any way? Investigate it in.
Do it a medicine intelligence roll if you wish to open up the bag and have a look at the corpse.
Okay. Medicine, medicine, right? Okay. 1 second. First off, I'm going to ask, minds if I take a look? Not sure if I want to, but...
Everyone is kind of holding their nose and stepping back.
I mean, I'm all for like research and everything, but oof. Let him go back away.
Well, if it were easy, I won't be here. Okay, I'm going to try then.
Well, you open up the bag and the room fills with a, well, not rotting, but a stench of fresh death and drying blood. And the gases, mainly the gases.
Okay, 4 successes. Do I get anything out of this that I could use in some way? Either a clue, maybe
so.
maybe some kind of mark.
Well, it's
maybe some kind of pin common point with what we saw in Gretel.
Well, it's definitely kindred or thin blood, as they say. Like, it has the fangs, and the body is not ash or, well, it's very early stages of decay. Like it would have been killed this night or the night before. It does not seem to decompose like a kindred usually would, in your experience.
Right.
Other than that, it's a man, about medium height, and well, the clothes are torn to shreds, and half of the head is kind of, well, the neck is removed partially by claws.
All right, so well, I'm saying any info I might actually be getting to this, obviously closing it up after that, in case there's anything that will be of any use, maybe whatever small fact that may actually help providing a clue for preventing this in the future. And you thinking, I really don't want to do this ever again. I'm closing it up.
Well, Jake says, well, at least you confirmed it's dead. And that it is what I thought it was.
100%.
Dave, you get over to Josh. He's just, he's not looking up at you, he's just tapping at the keyboard, and you think he's playing Minecraft. And yeah, well, it says, hey Dave.
Hi Josh. Couple of quick questions.
Sure, what's up?
How did you know he was underground?
I saw it.
Okay, but you saw it before or after, or?
I don't know, 6 days ago, I think.
Because he didn't look that fresh.
No, he was pretty chewed up.
And the other thing is, who else is there? It's I can get a few of them, but not all of them.
Oh, Cradle, he's the nice one, and Marina, she's the not so nice one.
She doesn't seem to play well.
No, she only cares about her studies and her PhD in the beast. Like you can have such a thing.
Okay, and are they in these domains as well, or are they anywhere else? How far are the antenna?
Well, Cradle is pretty much as far away from the prince as the prince could put him. And the other one is with the horseman.
The horseman?
Yeah, up north.
Ah. People keep saying it. I don't want to... I thought everyone knew. I didn't want to ask.
It's not... I mean, it's somewhere in Redbridge, but no one really knows where.
Ah. Marvelous. And do you know anything about people randomly turning, embracing, or thin-blooding people?
Yeah. The man in the beige jacket.
Okay. And the man in the beige jacket. I'm guessing it's the man in the beige jacket in the bag?
No.
Man in the beige jacket.
You ask who's turning people.
Ah. And what's the name of the man in the beige jacket?
I have no idea, he never said it.
So the man who didn't say his name in the beige jacket. And any idea where he is?
Within 100 miles?
That's not a problem. It will narrow it down. Just above or below ground?
Mostly above.
Better, thanks. I'll leave you to it. What are you playing?
Minecraft, and I don't really know what this is. It's some sort of Japanese game. I can't pronounce it.
I've never heard of any of these. I'm sure they're really good.
Nah.
No?
Just looks busy then.
I'll leave you to it. If you need anything, let us know.
Later, mate. As this is going on, and the body is being examined and everything, Dave comes back to the crew. Unless, before I continue, I want to ask, does anyone want to do something before the Baron arrives? Because you can do it in the time span that Marie is checking the body bag and Dave is having a conversation with Josh, just to be sure.
No, I think we're. At least I think Luke is good. He's going to basically say to Isa, so that's a job well done. We took care of that mess and cleaned it up.
Isa says,
I assume that our efforts will be recognized.
I now have your back, she says. It's like almost ceremonially, you think?
Oh.
The way she says.
Oh, that's good to know. Yeah. I was worried that wouldn't be the case, and now you provide confirmation. So I'm glad that's been confirmed.
Jake is crossing his arms and looking you like he's measuring you and saying, if you do something for us, we'll always have your back. That's the deal. But everyone is testing you right now, so
yeah. I feel
to do a
tested.
few favors.
Thanks, Jake. Yeah. No, I see. Yeah, it's a yeah. We have to go through the paces. I get it. We're new kids. I understand. The new group is got to make sure that we're good for it. We're solid. We got this, and I just want to make sure that our efforts are being recognized or appreciated. I've been brought up, raised, educated to look for recognition in our efforts, to make sure that those are appreciated and valued. It's good to see that they are. Yeah.
Of course, man. We're not Camarilla.
Yeah. Fuck those guys. Yeah.
Gabriel appears, not like obfuscate, but just you barely see him, then he's there, because he is running very fast. He's looking pissed, and he's just
as usual
shouting, probably louder than he's meaning to, but just what the fuck happened? Are you guys okay? First of all, before I start.
Gabe, it's all good. We're good. My crew here. I mean, Leo. And Luke is automatically just gonna be like, my crew here.
I ran as soon as Josh told me about Victor. I'm sorry.
You showed up in the blink of an eye. I see that. Yeah, and but he needs therapy and a new set of clothes because he's on his 10th set, I think, tonight. Marie's doing a great job examining this roadkill.
I will not mind a
here.
spy night after this.
But what happened with the warlock? I mean, Josh just said he was there, and the place was empty when I got there.
Oh, he asked us to sign our names in a book with our blood.
He did what?
Yeah. See,
I'm gonna kick his ass. I
hope so.
Interjects and says, Gabriel, calm down, please. You don't wanna start a war.
No, we listen. We have rights, right? Look, this guy, he comes down, right? And he's looking all, I don't know, 15th century and whatever. And he's telling us to sign the book. I was hidden, didn't even know I was there. And he still called me out, and it was just like name in blood. It was like some kind of satanic contract or something. And I told him, I said, listen, have you talked to Gabriel? Have you mentioned this to him? Have you gotten permission? Because last time I checked, this was Anarch territory, and you know, I just want to make sure that I'm not doing something that Gabriel won't want me to do. You know, you understand that, right, Gabriel? And he's like, oh yeah, it's all worked out. But I knew it. I knew something was up with this shit. You know, like he was.
That's
I knew
why
it.
we have Wally and Jake. He points towards Jake to kind of take care of border control.
Yeah, there wasn't much help there. Yeah, because this warlock, he just walks in, portal and everything, and
Jake says, "What the fuck can I do about portals, man?
Can we ward our little store or something? Is that something we can do maybe from him? Like, is there some kind of better border enforcement?
Gives me a handful of months.
Isa looks at Marie and says, I'm sure we can come up with some warding, yes?
Yeah, no, some warding, against warlocks. Not gonna pay attention to Marie.
That's a really specific niche you're looking for. Oh god. The back doesn't bend this way.
While this is all going down, Emery's going to position herself over by the computers just nonchalantly. I feel like she would have done that when that conversation was going on about the video games. I think before that she might have put the USB in I don't know, maybe in her hand or up her sleeve so that she could slip it out if needed.
Yeah, I like how Emery's taking advantage of the distraction here that is being created. Yeah,
I think through all the distraction, she is either looking through this conversation, like he's not paying attention to this conversation that's going on. Or maybe he will pay even less attention when the Baron's in.
Well, he's turned in his chair, for starters.
Currently?
Yeah.
Is he still currently?
Well, he's the computer or the screen, sorry. Well, behind him at the moment.
And so, like, would this be the most opportune moment for her to slip it in?
Well, you know he has auspex, but you can certainly try.
Use some
I mean, it's now or when the Baron gets there, so
I want to just remind that you were told it would take 10 to 15 minutes where it just had to run and Josh couldn't see it. So getting him away from the computer is definitely a better option at the moment. But he seems to be interested in the conversation, and it might happen eventually if he's included in it. The conversation, I mean.
About putting a USB into his conversation, you mean with Luke?
Yeah. I think with Luke, you know, if there was a way to draw him over. But I was just thinking that a random pigeon is flying around the room probably right about now. So
I hate when that happens.
No, shush, not in the replay.
Gabriel, he kind of talks to everyone. Since we're almost all here, all the Anarchs, I mean, we might as well have a bit of a rant and talk some things out. I have some ideas.
Good, I want to hear him, Gabriel. Starting with, what are we going to do about that fucking warlock who made us sign our names in that damn book?
Well, I'm going to take care of the warlock. And Isaac's looking at her very sternly, or at him very sternly, in a nice way. I'll talk to the prince.
Doesn't need to be nice. Doesn't need to be nice. I'm good with other alternative ways of dealing with him, because he wasn't nice to us, so I don't feel any compulsion to be nice.
Well,
back.
I'm gonna tell the prince that if he does not get your names out of that book, he's not gonna have 2 halves of a warlock.
Yeah.
He should also be nicer to the herald.
Yeah.
Should he though?
I mean,
He's terrible at his job.
But
I'm not too concerned about the herald. The herald's shit at his job, so it's the warlock.
And Emery has like wheels turning. Like the herald though has connections, and if he's a shit at his job, that's a weak link. He has so much access to people.
Yeah.
They're all nodding. I can see it. Gabriel, he says, well, first of all, how do you feel about a tiny robbery?
Depends where, how, and why.
I sometimes rob people in my sleep, so I'm good with it.
It's a private bank called Midas, and Isis says, absolutely not. It will start a war with the prince. Don't, Gabriel, no.
I'm game.
And Gabriel says, nah, he owes me, and Bradford owes me too.
You got 2 heavy hitters here, me and Luke, or me and Dave, and I'm sure we can convince the rest of these our fantastic team here, provided there's no sewer travel. Gabriel, we really have to talk about the travel options here. I can't stand going through the sewer. I think Leo's about to lose it. So, we need some.
You need some wheels. I hear you.
We need at least an alternative form of transportation.
Preferably legal.
Never the metro.
Legal.
Never the metro. They have terror points there. They kind of check people out, and the
that's
cameras
awful.
are the worst. Don't go into the subway unless it's absolutely necessary. But yeah, it's a bit of a bank robbery, and just to give you some info, I guess, unless you don't meet motivation, and he's smart. So.
It's a private bank. We'll do it.
Well,
Yeah. But motivation is needed in all endeavors. So, provide the motivation.
Well, it's the prince money.
What a starting point.
It's the prince money. Well, his grandsires really had a fucking huge fortune. Prince owes me, because what would he do without his big gun? And I mean, his sire kind of used me as a slave for years, so I feel like he owes me some money.
Yeah.
I guess asking them didn't work out, right?
Well, no, Bradford is dead, and he smiles from ear to ear as he says it.
So what I'm hearing is that we need to rob it and then burn it to the ground.
Depends.
Maybe ixnay on the burn egg,
No.
I don't know if you got the same handbook that I did, but my sire told me that I should not engage in fire.
It needs to have some sort of message, some sort of statement that goes with it. You can't just take things. You need to.
Now, Dave, we're on the same page. Yeah, I agree.
I am all for burning it down. Let's go.
Calling card, some message. I'm agree with that. I'm with Emery about the fire. I got her handbook. Yeah, we are on the same page, literally, with that. So, yeah, not crazy about fire. So,
Josh gets up and fiddles around in some drawers and hands you a spray can, Dave. Of course, it's red.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then he starts to walk towards where the conversation is happening, even though the acoustics in this room is terrible, so everyone can hear it with a bit of an echo.
Mm-hmm.
In a basement?
Okay, but my question is, why don't we just hack into it and wire it?
An elegant proposition.
The Baron looks very confused. Because it's gold. It's pure money.
Oh, okay.
tangible physical cash. Yeah.
No numbers.
A little harder to get that through an Ethernet cable.
What's the melting point of gold?
Luke is gonna look over at Dave and just he's had no real reason to question his state of mind before, but now there are serious concerns arising. So, yeah.
It's a
The melting point of gold is 1,984 Fahrenheit or 1,064 Celsius.
Fantastic news. So I'm hearing thermite.
Yeah.
Thermite.
Yeah.
Do we have any of that here? She'll look over. Do you guys have any of that here? Because
Our bug is gonna help melt gold.
I have tarot cards. Not sure this explode.
Well, I want to keep some of it too, the Baron says.
Well, yeah, but you want to take it from them and then just do something they wouldn't like with it.
Oh, definitely.
Got it. Yeah. Fire.
Josh says, like the Joker, and Gabriel is just looking at him like, what the fuck?
Everything burns, right? Yeah. Okay.
Jake says, I'm in, and Wally appears out of nothing and says, me too, Walker.
I am looking at Aisha like looking for some support on this warmongering craziness.
Aisha is looking at the ground, shaking her head, arms crossed, tapping her foot. She is looking like she does not think this is a good idea, and discussing it even is well, stupid, but it's democracy.
Is she pinching her nose again? I know that she was doing that earlier.
Oh, she's just like this, very cramped up and tapping her foot and looking down.
Yeah. She's just totally uncomfortable with this entire situation.
Very much so.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what it could be. So if the attempt still the crazy murdering or the body split open on the table. Not sure what could be making her uncomfortable. But well.
So Gabriel, I gotta confess, man, I don't lift. Okay, so
don't worry, I've never actually tried, but I'm sure I can pull out a vault door. How hard can it be?
Yeah. No, I was thinking about the transportation of said gold.
Shepherd legs are hard enough through the sewer, let alone with gold bars.
Right, I don't
open
lift.
to suggestions, but my plan is we go in hard, rip off the door, take the gold. I have 50 to 75 people that's gonna have a demonstration. They're gonna protest something that day. I can't figure out. I haven't figured out what yet, but something, and we'll just disappear into the crowd.
Nice and direct.
Bags to store them.
Do we have any way of dealing with, the security systems? Because if we rip off a metal door out of anywhere, I feel that will be problematic.
It's called a mask.
Like a physical one?
Yeah, a mask. You hide your face.
I mean, but isn't that kind of exaggerated for a human?
I mean, we just punch in the door and take the money. How hard can it be?
And Alicia might be able to work with Emery to bring down any kind of security measures,
Oh, if you can do that, it would be brilliant. But I have to be honest with you. I don't understand any of that technology.
No. I don't expect you to. That's why we have a whole team here. We're
I
good.
can try to help with that.
Yeah, you could help with that too, Marie. You got that?
If you need a group of protesters, that can be arranged.
You've got 5 right here.
See, we're all coming together on this. I love the energy this group has.
Emery, can you do a... You're trying to be sly here, so I think it would be a wits and technology. To see if you can figure out the opportune moment to insert
Go.
There are now 3 pigeons in the underground space here.
You said wits and tech.
Yeah. And you can of course rouse if you want to.
Yes. Rouse.
Yikes. Right now is not the opportune moment. Right now is not the opportune moment.
It's not the opportune moment. It's all, what has happened here is Josh has messed up this system in a way that only he can figure out.
Do you want to spend willpower?
Because she was just trying to see if she could. She wasn't actually trying.
Oh, yeah.
No, the only thing I would say is I don't know if it's too late to have assistance possibly, because if she hasn't told anyone what the fuck she's doing, so nobody would be able to assist her.
Or you can.
I don't think.
You can do a willpower reroll, or.
Okay, I'll try to.
The beast would like to help you as well. It has a bit of a prize, but I'll always help you, friend. Especially when it's acquiring knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh. 4 successes, if I did that right.
Oh, I just had to reroll 3 of them.
But we could pretend that was 3 successes.
Hold on. Hold on. No, let me see. Let me do this correctly. So I need to do 3, correct?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
3.
It's maximum 3 black die.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
2.
See, I like the other roll more,
Yeah, no, this is not the moment. She's gonna have to do some teamwork with the team to kind of let them know what she's in on.
Yeah, like I said, Josh has really just set up this system for himself, and because of Josh's unique disposition, like it's like a PC that you've never seen before. Like, what is going on with the icons and everything?